should you be selling fidget spinners and how to approach these very big product trends in general. Recently I get like 2, 3, 4, 5 messages a day about, hey man, I need to go into the fidget spinner business because it's so great and everyone needs to have one and it's selling like crazy, and people on Facebook are posting every single day about, hey, look at my fidget spinner store. Unfortunately I didn't make any sales so far and everything. So this video is dedicated to, should you go into this business right now, and how to approach these kind of big trends in general so that you know when it's a good time to enter and when it's not. At least a rough outline for this. So first of all, let me start the video by saying that I would never go into this space right now. So for me personally, this thing is like almost over, and I can hardly imagine that that it makes any sense to go in this right now with like a normal plan. So I will show you a little bit more why this is. And first of all, if we look at fidget spinner on Amazon, we get 76,000 results, and we need to take into consideration that this is not that old. So I think they are around for a few weeks or maybe 2 months or something. I remember it like 2 months or 1 month ago that people were saying like, oh, it seems like these things are selling, should I go into this? But they were not quite sure. And now everyone wants to go there. So 76,000, and I'm on Amazon.com right now. If we compare this, for example, with these black masks that are very, that have had also a very, very big hype and was a very big trend, they only have 6.6 thousand. So this is, I remember that this was one of the biggest trends actually as well recently, because I had a lot of clients who had these kind of things selling, and I know a lot of people who did so. So this shows you how really, really big this is already. And I mean, it's not only on Amazon, it's on thousands of stores. Even when I go outside, every single retail store has them. They are sold like in very small little retail areas, basically also in restaurants and stuff like that. I saw them. So everyone and everywhere you can basically get these things everywhere. So the problem is that they cost only $5.97 here and $7.99 here and $3.95 here. So it's very cheap. If you sell them, you have very big problems to actually get them sold in a profitable way, because you have to advertise for them. And what happens right now is that the click prices, so the CPC on Facebook, is insanely high. I didn't test it myself because I'm not in this fidget spinner space myself, but people who are reported to me that they've been in there for a longer time now, and it was quite good. But now with all these people coming in and targeting at least to some degree the same audience, the click prices went up and up and up and up. And with a $5 product, as long as you don't have very great upsells, which is quite hard if you sell this specific product, and especially if you sell it in a specific store for them, it's very hard. So you basically pay a lot of money on Facebook for a product that's very cheap, that is very competitive. So most likely everyone who sees them on Facebook, or very, very big part of the people who see them, either have one already or saw it already and are not interested at all, or maybe saw 10 of them this day alone already. So it's very hard to stand out. So basically the only way to do this is if you have a very good targeting, very good ad, very creative, and maybe also very good design. So I mean, there are thousands of designs that you can buy for these spinners, but if you have something that looks quite special or quite nice and combine this with a very creative ad and a good store that is working properly and maybe has some upsells in whatever way, this might eventually work. But for me, it's like a total gamble. So if you go on this right now with thousands and thousands and thousands of people selling it and slowly declining, in my opinion, it's like a total gamble, because you cannot really do anything great with it. You cannot really brand it because it's a very, very basic product. Most likely everyone will only buy one and at some point get rid of it. So it's not really something that you can build on. That's just my opinion on this very specific product. Now, if you look a little bit deeper, for example, on Google Trends, this is something that's quite nice if you want to look at certain products, and we just type in the fidget spinner. Then what we see, and we're looking for US now, of course it's very, it was exploding over the last like few months. So it just started in February and this is a very short amount of time. And if we go like, okay, no, it's worldwide, it's not US, it's past 5 years. If we go, for example, to 30 days, we still have this upwards trend, and I think that these spikes are like weekends or something. I could imagine 13th of May was Saturday, yes, and then 6. Okay, these are always weekends, so Saturday they're typically searched more. And right now we're at a peak, so right now we're at 100, which means that in this time frame, right now is the highest search volume for fidget spinners for the past 30 days, and most likely also for the past 90 days or something, I could imagine. Yeah, exactly. But to me, it doesn't seem like this goes up way more now, because everywhere you can see them already, you can buy them already, everyone has some. Most people don't buy them multiple times. And if we go to Google AdWords and type in fidget spinner as a product and we compare them, so we compare it from March to April and compare it to January, February, we see that there was a huge increase. So 900% increase in this month alone for fidget spinners. So right now, and this is negative now, and here we even have an increase of 9,900 for terms like Fidget Australia and Fidget Fingers and I don't know, all these kind of stuff. But the point is that now it looks like a real peak, so it won't grow like this for a few more months or even closely. I think right now it's like the real peak. I cannot imagine that it goes like 3 more months and increases 3 more months by a few 100%. Maybe it will stay at this level for some time, but will definitely go down. And of course now all these people who already have like a fidget spinner brand or maybe a very good fidget spinner listing on Amazon, here 150 reviews and something, they will still get a lot of sales from this. But to start out, this is almost impossible, and like I said, it's basically luck. So if you go in there just with a random Shopify store, random product, without anything special, maybe you will make some sales. Most likely you won't, or if you do, you won't get profitable because you have to pay for all these ads and everything, and it's definitely, in my opinion, not worth it. Of course, you can do what you want, but this is basically the point when it comes to trends. So product trends, there are a lot of product trends, like I mentioned, these black masks and everything that last for a few months, sometimes only weeks, sometimes also like 1 year. Then it's not like a real trend, it's more something bigger. But when you see that products are popping up in your news feed or on AliExpress or whatever, and you see a lot of them, don't wait too long until it's like totally proven or totally until you really find them everywhere, because then it's basically too late. I know a lot of people don't want to go into something because it's not proven yet. So there are no people who make 10,000 sales a day, or Facebook they didn't find it on the AliExpress hot selling section, which is absolutely useless. So it doesn't mean that just because it's not everywhere yet, it doesn't make sense to go in there. It's more like the opposite. So if you see it popping up somewhere, and for example, you check on Google AdWords and it has been increasing lately, and there is a clear upwards trend. Same for this one here. So obviously now we're at the real peak. But in general, you see these kind of things, then it's the best point to just jump in. And if it works out or not, this is not the real question, because you're starting in the beginning. Click prices are not too high, so you can play around a little, you can see what happens, and you can also possibly build a brand around this thing if you're just starting out. So let's say you went in this fidget spinner or black mask space like a few weeks or months ago for the black masks, and you secured the space. So you basically have a fan page with a few thousands of likes, you have repetitive buyers, or you have like a name in this particular space. Then you can still make sales in like 3, 6, 12, 24 months. But if you just jump in right now, everything is crowded, everyone tries to sell them everywhere. No, there's just no point. At least no point when you really want to try to get somewhere with this. You just have to rely on that your ads somehow get some sales and everything. So this is my opinion on fidget spinners in particular, and trends in general. Of course, the advice is a little like lame, just get on it early, but when it comes to product trends, this is basically what it's all about. If you see products popping up on ads on retail and wholesale sites, and you can check on AdWords and Google Trends, that they are slowly rising and rising, or maybe even rising very, very fast. Definitely give it a try and see what happens, building a brand around it and something. But when it clearly shows, when they're really everywhere and click prices are through the roof, don't try to somewhat enter the market just because people are making sales. Of course they do. This is why there are millions of them sold, but it doesn't mean that you can get sales as well. So this is the very basic takeaway from this. If you want to learn what is important when it comes to a niche and a new product, make sure that you download my 7-step niche checklist cheat sheet that I put in the description. It's not like something where I tell you the 10 best niches or 20 best niches, because I think this is just useless. There is no list of best niches that you can use and automatically it works out better. What I put in there is a checklist that helps you if you want to go into a niche or into an industry or whatever. You can use this checklist and see if it matches the criteria. If it does, it's generally more likely to be successful than if it doesn't. So this is all it does. If you think it helps you, make sure that you download it. If not, well, then don't. It's of course it's your decision. So yeah, this being said, good luck with whatever you're doing. If you are going into the fidget spinner race, then let me know how it worked. Put it in the comments. Feel free to prove me different and say, hey man, I get 20,000 sales the first day and I make a huge profit of single one of them. Okay, great, just tell me. And yeah, good luck, see you in the next video.